Hi, good morning. My name is Lucas. Today I want to talk about not telling anyone how much money you're going to make in retirement, what your investments are, and to not tell people that you actually are going to retire before you're really ready. So the first one, about retiring, not telling people, especially if you're working, I think it's a really bad idea because you never know, where you work, they may decide that you're going to leave, and they may even phase you out. You may be treated differently at work. Your coworkers may treat you differently. Your boss may treat you differently. It just may be a different environment than you really want to deal with. Now, obviously, you have to file paperwork and all that stuff at the very end, but what I'm really talking about is, a year or two early, it's not necessarily a great idea because they may just want to phase you out, and that's not good for anybody, especially not for you. So think about that. And also, those friends and stuff that you have there that I know you may really enjoy, but a lot of them are work friends, especially if you're going to move, you might move away somewhere else. You may not see them as well. They may still be working. You may not see them. Think about it. Look around. A lot of people in retirement, they talk about they don't see those kind of people very much, people that are work friends and stuff, only your really close friends, only one. So think about that. The other thing is about how much money you're going to make, whether or not you have, you're just going to live on Social Security, whether if you have big investments, whether you have pension stuff, probably not a great idea to tell people, and I know that I break all these rules on YouTube, and maybe I shouldn't. I don't know. The only thing I know to do is to be honest, and that's what I'm trying to do. Just be me and be honest. But if you tell people, and you have a lot of money, well, they may wonder about you. They may wonder, where'd you get all that money? Why didn't you pick up the tab last time we went out for drinks or went out for dinner? Why don't you spread some of that money around if you have all this money, big money bags? People are going to judge you for it. And you don't need that, Think about it in your regular everyday life. You don't tell people how much you make, I assume, or how much investments you have. You just live your life. And I think retirement should be the same way, probably even more secretive. And if you don't have very much money at all, if you just live on Social Security, people may look down upon you. And you don't need that crap. You don't need that in your life. So the only thing that matters is you and, if you have a spouse or partner or somebody you're going to retire with, maybe some really close family, maybe a couple of really close friends. Everybody else, try not to share all this stuff with because you never know. They might judge you and use it against you in some way, and you don't need that. You just need to have a happy and wonderful retirement, and that's what I wish you. I wish you a happy and wonderful retirement, no matter what your situation is. So, like and subscribe if you can. It's the only way I'm going to grow this little small channel I have. And thank you very much for watching. I hope this helped you just a little bit, just a little tidbit. Thanks.